If you're anything like me, you've always got a couple of GoPros running, or it's a GoPro and a mirrorless camera. Welcome back to the channel, my friend. Today we're going to dive into Davinci Resolve, and I'm going to show you the fastest and best, according to me, way to use multiple cameras while you're editing in Davinci Resolve. There's some caveats to look into, so let's dive into Resolve and take a look at what I'm talking about. Here we have a blank project, and I'm going to drag my entire folder worth of content for this video into Master. Just drag it right over here, and it creates all these folders that match the File Explorer folders in Windows. Or if you have a Mac, whatever they use for a file system. Anyway, we don't need the Sony, but we're going to concentrate on the Hero 10 and 12. The first thing we want to do is create a new timeline. So we're going to click on Master, and you can either right click and say Timelines, Create New Timeline, or press Control N. In this new window, we're going to call it Multicam Ride. This will make it easier to find later, and we're going to click on number of video tracks. Type in 2 because that's how many cameras we have. If you have more cameras, type that number in here. But then we're going to have to double click there, and then we put 2. And if you don't remember to do this part, we're going to fix that later, don't worry. So we're going to hit Create, and it's going to create a new timeline. Now we're going to name Video 1 Hero 12 because that's our main camera, and Video 2 will be Hero 10. And then working backwards on audio, we're going to do the same thing for Hero 12 and Hero 10. This creates our video and audio tracks. Now, we click on our Hero 12, and then we come in here, we grab all 3 files, select them. You can use your mouse or Control A, whatever, drag them in, boom. There's our main footage. So we're going to hold Alt and mouse wheel and zoom out, and then we're going to click in between the 2 clips, Shift right 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then Alt Y to select everything after that. If this looks a little kludgy, we're going to Alt mouse wheel zoom in. We're going to drag over. This moved everything past where our playhead is. It moved it. So now we're going to click on the next clip and do the same thing. Alt Y. You see this one's deselected. Shift right, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to drag over. Boom. Now we have a 3-second gap between our clips. This comes in handy later when we actually work with the clip. Press the home key to go back to the start of our timeline. Click on the Hero 10 bin, and we're going to drag in all of the ones. If you have a GoPro, you are used to this file naming convention. The actual video file is going to be the last 4 digits, and the preceding 2 digits are the slice of it or segment, because different GoPros record in different length segments. If we go back to Hero 12, you can see there's only 3 video files. Going back to Hero 10, you can see 82, 83, and 84, and then it just repeats. So we're going to drag the ones in here, and we're going to get them in place. And right now, notice that we do have our snapping icon lit up, so it is turned on. And we're going to turn it off later, but we want it on for now. So we're going to Alt mouse wheel to zoom out, and we're going to drag the last one, which we know matches, over to here, and the second one to there, and the first one is going to sit still where it's at. Now, if you notice here, they're off kilter a little bit. Select both clips and right click and say auto align clips based on waveform, and we're going to analyze this, and it worked. So if we play this back,
and now the radio is going to kick on, isn't it?
it is very close to set up perfectly. If we zoom in, we can see it might be a half frame off. If you click to disable the snapping icon, we can move this over 1 frame and then play this back again.
Underfed, overcaffeinated.
So we actually did a better job than Davinci Resolve in this case. Now we should go back home and zoom back in, and you can see that the clip is 1 frame off, so we're going to get rid of that so it starts at the beginning because I'm OCD. Now our first clip is set up. We can add in the 2 more 82s. So we will hold Control and click on both of the 82s to select them, and then drag them in. And you notice they are not snapping, right? It's because we didn't enable this. So we'll re-enable that and bring our clip over to where it just snaps in, and then do the same thing with this one. Sometimes you have to zoom in to make sure, and it's still lined up. So that first clip is done. Now this one got screwed up because this last clip here was moved over too far. So we'll just click on it, and we can grab our end and drag it back to the start. And again, we can select these and right click and say auto align clips. It'll analyze it and tell me how good it did. Aha, auto sync failed. This is a huge problem when you are using multiple cameras in an environment with different levels of wind noise, for instance, like on a motorcycle, like when I'm riding around doing a motovlog. You're going to get a lot of clips where they just will not line up with the waveform. Let's take a look at why. You can see that I'm talking here and it's fine, but where I'm riding, if I zoom in, the Hero 10 is picking up wildly different audio than the Hero 12. Over here in our first clip, it worked out okay because there was enough that it could pick up where the audio was the same between the two cameras. But now it is not even close. So we're going to alt zoom in with our scroll wheel. And now we want to unselect snapping and we're going to move this till they line up. And when we play it back, it'll sound just fine.
And now I should have a really easy time of getting out of here.
And the music kicks on. So we're going to re-enable snapping. That's fine. We'll trim that up. We'll trim this one back here. Then we need to come in and we need to bring in our second 83 file. If you have a lot of files, this could get cumbersome. Now, just to make sure that you didn't overwrite anything, we're going to click on the ends here. You see how they're red? If there are more frames, you'll see it's green when I click on it. And then it turns red when it's done. But now this is all lined up. And we have to do the same thing for the third and final file. So we're going to drag our last 84 in. We're going to zoom in, make sure that we didn't overwrite anything. Boom, done. Except if we zoom in, I didn't line them up first. How do we fix that, John? Well, we're going to select all the clips for 84. And then we're going to try to find a good spot where there's a break in the audio. And this looks like we're actually there. So we'll zoom in and we'll drag the first one around until it matches as close as possible. And then when we play that back,
Sync 1, sync 2, sync 1, sync 2.
and this is a great time to both ask you to boop the like button if you're getting anything out of this video, and to explain a little bit of my methodology for syncing my audio in the recording. And that is yelling out sync 1, sync 2 like you just heard. Something else you can do if you're not in a vehicle, you can clap and then look at the spikes. You'll see the spikes in your audio waveform. And also, if you are in a vehicle, you could do horn honk. Horn honk at slow enough speeds generally gets all the cameras synced together. I understand that the Hero 12 does time code syncing, but that's really kind of beyond the scope of this. Anyway, moving back to Resolve. Now all the files are synced up, and I've added Video 3 and Audio 3 to show you something. Remember earlier how I said that we could fix it later if you forgot to tell it how many cameras you had? Well, if you needed more tracks, you can right-click and say Add Track, and then come down to the audio and right-click on your bottom audio track and say Add Track and pick mono or stereo, and then boom, you get extra tracks. If you have extra tracks left over, you can right-click on any of the tracks over here and say Delete Empty Tracks. Doing that gets rid of all the nonsense. Now we're ready for one of the last steps before we can edit with this. We're going to go back to our master in the media pool. You can see it there. And Multicam Ride. You see this icon? That means it's a timeline. We're going to right click and say Convert Timeline to Multicam Clip. Boom. Awesome. Now we can press Control N to create a new timeline. Timeline 1 is fine. We know this is a motovlog. So we're going to use Fairlight Preset. Hey, if you missed my tutorial on Fairlight presets, it's right up here. Watch that and then come back. It'll just make a little bit more sense. Now that we've selected the Use Fairlight preset and Motovlog is selected, we're going to click Create. And now Davinci Resolve is going to create us a new timeline. We've got all our tracks set up, and we're going to drag our Multicam Ride from the master bin all the way onto our timeline and drop it in. At this point, Davinci Resolve is going to build the audio waveform, what it looks like here, based on the audio analysis that it does. Now that it's done that, remember our 3-second gaps? Yep, we should find one right about here. So we'll click at the start of it and the end of it so that we've got the 3-second gap in the middle somewhere. Press delete to do a ripple delete. Alt mouse wheel to zoom out. We're going to go to the next one. We see it here. And we're going to click on the very end of the last clip and the very start of the next clip. And then we're going to ripple delete that as well. And we're ready to edit. Pretty slick, right? That's pretty slick. But now what we're going to do is actually edit with our Multicam Clips. So let's get back into Resolve and do that. So now when you're playing along, like I am now, how do you actually do the multicam? Well, let's pause it. Our inspector here, we're going to click on that, and it brings up 2 viewer windows. If you don't see 2 viewer windows, you can click this icon here and it'll show you 2 of them. The left viewer window is the important one. It's normally selected for source, but we're going to hit the drop down and select multicam. Now what we've got is an image for the current frame of each angle, each camera angle that is in our multicam. And in this case, because we've named them, we know this is Hero 12 and that's Hero 10. And we have a cut icon. So we can just click on the cut icon and it did a cut. But maybe we don't want to do that. Let's Control Z to undo that. If you're working with a main camera and a secondary camera like I am, I have my Hero 12 on my helmet here. That's my main camera, gives me this view and my audio. But then I have the secondary camera that looks at me. What we're going to want to do is use these 3 icons here. So the left icon is video only. The middle icon is video and audio. And the right icon is audio only. So depending on which one of these is selected is how the cut is going to work. And in this case, we only want to cut the video because we want to keep our main camera audio. So we've clicked the video only icon. Now if I click here, it only cuts the video, as you can see. So now I've zoomed in to make this a little clearer, but I'm riding along. We're playing through the footage. I press 2 to switch to camera 2, and I press 1 to switch back to the main camera. 2, 1, 2, 1, and boom, that's editing. If I come here and I say, well, Control B to cut there and Control B to cut there, because I don't want this section, I can select both of these and press delete to do a ripple delete. The reason that you have to select both of them is because they're no longer linked, okay? If I select both of these and right click, you can see they're not linked. If I select link clips and then come back, you can see a check mark. Well, link clip is only up to here because once we did the first cut, it unlinked the video from the audio. Now, if you screwed up somewhere along the line and you got things all out of whack, then you can actually either Control Z to undo all that, or you can come in and drag your multicam clip back onto your timeline, try to find the rough area, and you've got the video and audio for all the camera angles that were involved in that. How neat is that? Pretty good time saver, right? Hey, you think you're going to save any time with this? I know I've saved a lot of time over the last 4 years using multicam in Davinci Resolve. Now you know how to do it. So if you enjoyed this video, boop the like button for me. If you love the video, hit the subscribe button and let me know if you have any questions or comments down below in the comment section. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Go watch this one next. It's going to be surely as informational as I can make it anyway. Bye.